liked about the...
Except Rita and Eric.
You know what I liked about the McDonough election was he was talking, he come up to me because he knows that I love the school system and I'd rather talk about schools than city issues.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, boy, oh boy, can you believe Danielle McFadden is for charter schools? I go, she is? I goes, that makes me like her even more. Well, and the reason being is I'm someone that's for school choice.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, let's get to that.
Yeah.
Everybody should have school choice, you know? If you want the
You should
immaculate...
have vouchers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
Vouchers should be the way to go.
Yeah. If we're not going to do that, what they should do, just to make everybody a little happier, is maybe give a voucher to anybody that has their kids in a private school. That's
Right.
something Camp K was...
The teachers union.
Yeah. But that
Teachers
was...
union, never gonna let that happen.
Well, that when our friend Camp K, when he run for school committee, he was for giving out vouchers. I even told him, I said, buddy, you can't do that. You'll lose. And he stuck with it. It was a question, if you remember, like number 2, question 2, do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was on the opposite side of it, and I says, oh boy, don't touch that one. And he didn't win. Doesn't take much to lose on the school committee. Just one issue can get you.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But when he said, oh, she's for charter schools, that just made me like her more. And she's going to be so much of an asset to the school committee because she's an independent thinker.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the
I
union...
can't see her being part of any block on that committee, can you?
No, the union right away went after her, if you follow it, went right after her for being a supportive of charter schools. They ain't going to support her.
Yeah.
See you later, you know, but she still won by a large margin, and
Sure.
I'm really glad.
Nice person, and
Yeah.
she campaigned hard.
The
you know,
best.
So, but we were talking before.
Did you get her on the show here, Tom? Or
What?
John, did you get her on the show?
Yeah, she was here.
Yeah, she was here.
Danielle was on, yeah.
Second time she had things going on, but yeah, she was here once.
You know, if she can hear this, I'm telling you, you're better off coming on Tuesday.
Yeah.
With me and
Well, I
Tom.
tried to get her on a Tuesday, and something, she has conflict with her kids, I think. I'm not sure, but it didn't matter. She came on. That's all that matters, you know.
Yeah, but
So,
Tom, when you're on this show, I'm telling you, last week I watched, you're the host, and we have the most views, buddy. And it's because people share our stuff. You know, that's what the rest of them should do.
Right.
Have people on the show, share the show, and move on.
yeah.
And Francisco, which I call him
He's a
Cisco,
key. I'm glad he joined us. That's a
yeah,
key
he's
to our
got
team here. We've got a
his
good team now.
personality.
Yeah.
Once you get to know
Great guy.
him a little bit.
And he's
Okay,
done-
question from the audience to you boys over there. The genius at the table.
Mm.
Good morning. If the city manager had to run for city council, would he have won?
If the city manager ran for city council, would he win?
If the city manager had to run for city council, would he have won?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so too. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I look at things through a citywide eye. You know, if he was running just in his district, which is
That's the wrong guy to ask
listen.
to.
But if he was running for city council in his district, okay, he would win that hands down.
Hands down.
That's his district.
Because the jobs he's got for people is just outstanding.
Well,
name 5 jobs he's
Listen.
got. You can name me 5 people he's got jobs for.
Tom,
And you can't count people that are in his administration that are his assistants. Cause
I'll tell you after the show, Tom.
Oh, after the show, yeah.
let me.
I'll tell you after the show.
Well, I'll tell you right now on the show that everybody does that. There's nobody. How's this? Nobody, in my eyes. Maybe Eddie Alasha.
Tommy, did you work in Lowell?
Did I work in Lowell?
Yes, Tom.
Yeah.
How'd you get your job?
Open competitive exam.
Did you get no help from anybody?
Nobody.
Nobody helped
Nobody.
you? You'll get a call from somebody later on. Look at the laugh on the guy.
I think I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, I did have help. But I think
No,
those days.
Tommy,
I think
everybody in Lowell does.
Can I talk?
No, but you're saying it doesn't happen.
I think those days are gone. I don't think you can call your state rep. I think those days are gone.
Well, you're right. You're right.
There's
I
too many
think.
people watching. There's too many people.
Oh, really? So,
You know
now,
what?
where does I'm sorry. Where does Sakari Chow's wife work?
I have no clue.
City Law. Where does Paul
I thought she worked- I want to correct. I thought she
Paul
worked for-
Rathayem's wife work?
Didn't Sakari Chow's wife work for Laurie Trahan?
Oh, she got bumped over there? Wow.
I thought she worked.
Think she got some
Yeah.
help?
No.
Where does Paul Rathayem's wife work?
No clue. I have no
Lowell.
clue.
Lowell.
So are you saying that?
Well, Mr. Mayor, just next city council meeting,
Let me talk.
just for the holiday spirit, go around the room and say, excuse me, how many here have relatives who work for the city of Lowell? And break out the Bible.
Who has a relative that passes out checks to all the teachers in Lowell? My Uncle Bill.
What do you mean he hands out the checks?
That's his job. He just passes
There's no
out checks.
There's no direct deposits
There
anymore?
is. There is.
I
but-
don't even know if there is a check anymore in
No,
town hall.
yeah, they probably just get a receipt, but he
Yeah.
delivers them to the schools.
Yeah.
I always laugh at the job he has, but that's funny. He gets, he might be the lowest paid person in the system. 12, 14, 15,000 at the most. And they only, but he loves it. He loves
Yeah.
it, loves it. He was a head of security, Low High at one time, when he retired from the prison system. Softball coach, assistant softball coach.
And he's still working?
Yeah, he's still working.
Is that a part-time job? When you say
Yeah,
George?
basically, it's
Yeah.
a part-time job, yeah. But, come on, Dave Nagel, we bring him up all the time. I know he got me a job.
What?
Yeah, he got me a job. There's no doubt he did. And that's what he was famous for. Wait a minute.
How did that happen, Paul?
Let me say this.
How many
You're
years
right,
ago was
I'm
that?
trying to agree with you.
How many years ago was that, Bobby? 25?
No, not that long ago.
Okay.
But 15 anyways, 15, 20 years. But he helped me get a job for a person. Yeah, no doubt about
I
it.
tell these kids who ask, look, I want to go get a job at the University of Lowell. I'm qualified. I said, go work a state rep race. Figure out who the winner's going to be and go work there. Go work for them during their campaign. They'll get your job after.
Yeah, I always said
That's how it works.
Well, look at Jen Myers. She bounces around this town like a former reporter for the Sun. She's been at the school department. Where is she now? I don't even know where she works now.
She could be.
She's been everywhere.
She
Talk
could
about
be.
her.
She could be mountain climbing with my favorite person, Young Ju Chow.
Because she's had some health issues. I don't know if you heard that, Jen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I heard,
minor one.
and I heard recently she just come back from
Yeah,
a tour
that's where
of
she
some
had the health
country.
issue over
Oh,
there,
did she?
Morocco. Yeah, but she's okay. But
Jen Myers has a sparkly personality. She's a sparkly personality. I don't know anybody who dislikes her. She's easy on the eye. She's friendly to everybody, and she takes a hell of a picture. She's a great photographer.
I think she
But
can.
that was the point. I said how she's one that was a former Sun reporter, and she's had a political job ever since. It was first Murphy the mayor, and then it
Well,
was
what
Eddie
about Jerry
Kennedy.
Nutter?
Yeah, same thing.
Did you hear that? Crickets.
Oh, I heard all about it.
I don't hear too
I
much
just can't
negative.
believe
I
it.
don't
I
hear.
like Jerry.
But hold on,
I'd take the job too.
I don't hear much negative about Jerry Nutter. I really don't. I hear a lot about him,
Do you
but
think he would have got that job if he wasn't on the radio?
Absolutely not.
What?
Or if he wasn't connected to Shaw and Golden, absolutely not.
or he went in and promised he wouldn't talk about maintenance of effort in the school system.
Yeah.
You know what that does. If you talk about that, you're getting shipped out.
Yeah.
You know?
Good point, Bobby.
Yeah. You can't talk about that. But there's a lot of
Now, we've had like 3 new big hires in Town Hall in Dracut, and I know that those 3 hires, no political connections because they're from out of town. I mean, we have a new town clerk. I don't know if he lives there.
Why did
but
she
Why does
hire
he
him?
interrupt? Why does he talk so much about
I'm asking the question. I don't know any political power. Tommy, we both know how it works, okay? in Lowell. This is how the school
Well,
system.
I was talking about Drake, but.
In Drake, at the same doggone way.
All right. So who did the
Here's
guy
how-
from
here's how-
Swampscott know in Drake?
Here's how it works.
Calling
okay?
Gary?
Here's how it works.
Who the guy in Swampscott know? Calling
I
Gary?
don't know, but this is how it works.
He won't answer. So he just.
They call the town manager, hey, town manager, I got a brother-in-law needs a job. If you can get him in there, that'd be great. All right, I'll hire him, but I have a brother-in-law needs a job. Okay, I got a spot for him down in Swansea. You got a job for him up at Drake? Yeah, okay. That's how it works.
So calling Gary got this guy a job because she's the
You're
state
the
rep.
one who stuck calling Gary in this.
No, wait a minute. You say it's every politician. I'm saying that the guy from Swampscott had no political connections to anybody in Drake. They got the town clerk's job in Drake. But you say they did.
And he likely doesn't.
You just said he did.
has-
He had some type of connection. He knows
To a
somebody. called it-
Draketeer. He doesn't have to a Draketeer. Let me repeat how it works, Tom.
You know,
Let me repeat how it works.
just so you know.
I'm the manager of
I
Swansea.
will.
I'm the manager of Swansea. I manage Swansea.
Swampscott.
Swampscott, I
Yeah,
don't care.
all right.
Swampscott, I don't care what town it is, okay? So I'm the manager of Swampscott, okay? And I got a brother-in-law. I got to get him a job. I know this gal in Drake, so I just call her up. Hey, can you make room for my brother up there? I'll do what I can, but I got a brother needs a job too. Send him down to Swampscott. I'll find something for him.
All right. So,
Now, the guy I just hired in Swampscott, does he have any connections to Swampscott? No. The guy that she just hired from Swampscott, does he have any connections in Drake? No. End of story. That's how it works.
You know,
that's how you think it works.
I had elected
I'll make
officials
sure,
telling me.
I have made full disclosure on this show that if it wasn't for Freddie Simon, God rest his soul, knowing Steve Pangiotakis, my wife never would have probably gone to work with the court system.
You never told that story here.
I've told that story 100 times. Freddie Simon.
Now tell us how you got your job, Tommy.
How about your wife? She was a teacher. Did she get a political job? No, she didn't. She probably took an exam, right?
I think we had to call Eddie LaLasha.
Wow. I thought those jobs are always like teachers. Didn't they take?
I know my family. We always called.
I'll have to ask her, did we involve Eddie LaLasha? Because she was she was a Sacred Heart girl, and I know she wanted to get into Lowell bad,
Yeah.
and she was working for Doug Sullivan.
Oh, Dougie's the assistant superintendent.
Now, it might have been Dougie.
Great guy.
Might have been Doug. Maybe Dougie Sullivan got it. Dougie
Yeah.
was the assistant superintendent, but
Exactly.
he worked for her, or she worked for him at this private special ed school out in Barica.
Okay, he had one in Lowell too. Didn't he have two?
I don't know.
Yeah, they gave him two.
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But nice family. So
Yeah.
he.
Well, Sean Sullivan, his son was a member of the school committee. His daughter was a assistant.
Nice people,
Yeah,
nice family.
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
family. But make a long story short, I think
as you always say, Bob, admit it. I know if it wasn't for Freddie knowing Steve, working for Steve, my wife would have still been in the retail business.
Yeah. Oh, Steve Pangiotakis. I mean,
Yeah.
that Dave Nagel to me got his start from Steve.
He'll tell you that if you ask Dave.
Yeah. But that's just natural.
they'll
Yeah.
say he was my mentor. He was my mentor.
You know,
Who was your mentor?
Steve Pangiotakis.
if
Was
you
your mentor?
No.
Oh.
But he's.
Tom,
That's how I got my job. He was my mentor.
Tom, if you put on your city manager's hat, right, and you're city manager,
Yeah.
wouldn't the first thing you would do is hire every loyal person you know in certain spots?
Absolutely.
Huh?
Yeah,
Your
absolutely.
bosom buddy,
Yep.
just like this city right now.
Somebody I can
the
trust.
police chief was in with the city manager's college room, I guess. They're close.
I got a comment from the audience. Nepotism will never go away. Just look at the MBTA.
That's a good one.
That's from Jay.
Yeah,
But
It even
you're right.
rhymes. It even rhymes.
but you can look at this too. Nepotism is loaded when you talk about firemen, police,
Undertakers.
undertakers. We'll throw that in there. That's okay. But those jobs there, you would want. I'm sorry to say it, but you would want a little nepotism, like going into a prison job like I did. My uncle thought I could do the job. So he brings me in holding my hand, and I got a job like that. That's what it was. Then go take a civil service test. So there was all kinds of violations. But I got in there without a civil service test. work there for a week, see if you could do the job. They thought you could, you got a job. It was nepotism,
Well, look
no doubt about it. But by the time I retired, Tom, the place was loaded with DEI. Can't make you a sergeant because I got to keep it with this person. Same thing that happened to me in the Army, like reverse discrimination, really.
I mean, how many members of the city council have I don't want to call it a public service job? A lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Rita, Eric, Danny Rourke,
Yeah.
Vesna Noon, right?
You know, you just said Eric, okay? Every time I hear his name, I have a story. But I had a person that watches this show and that works for Eric.
Yeah.
And they came to me figuring I know Eric that good that I can call him up and get something done.
Oh,
So the kid said to me, Mr. Hoey, can you call Eric? He's a little hard on me. I says, well, tell me why. And it was because the kid's not doing the job.
Right.
You know what I mean? And other things, but I won't bring it all up. And guess what? I just said to the kid, snap out of it. You know, you want to keep your job, you better watch out. Because he's Eric,
And Eric's
you'd have
one
to
of,
follow him a little bit.
Eric's one of those guys, and he'll tell you the story. I'm not going to mention names, but he worked for the city, and he was told to hire somebody. He wouldn't hire that person because the person wasn't qualified, and that's why he left the city. He'll tell you that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else I can get on the show? I hope.
Hope to a city manager, Kevin Murphy, who didn't do any political hiring like Golden did or any of them, right?
No. I don't know if I ever got anybody. Oh, I did. I helped by saying, hey, give him an interview, if you
Yeah,
can.
that's all that matters.
I helped one person in my 7 years on the school
I
committee.
wish Cisco was here to explain this one. Tell me, you want to read this one? It's a little long.
It is Cisco. Bobby, if the city manager's gentrification plan continues, there will be no need for nonprofits because there will be more poor people living in Lowell.
Okay, he can't even enjoy Puerto Rico. Come on. Enjoy yourself over there, buddy. You lucky guy. Yeah, well,
Well, I have to say,
How hot is it over there, Cisco? How hot is it? Are you sweating?
yeah, it's probably about 80.
Below freezing here.
When you were down in the hospital, Bob, could you pick us up on your phone? Did you watch us down there when you were in the hospital? Or you probably sleeping most of the time, you poor
I
guy.
think when I got the rehab,
Yeah.
Spalding there, I got to watch you there, but
Good.
not at Tufts. Those 31 days was strictly bedpan, okay?
Yeah.
Really bad time. But amazing people we have in our health department down in Boston. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. I
All
was.
those hospitals.
Well,
any of those,
I threw it on Facebook. I went over to Lowell General after I had to see a skin doctor, and I see, I'm going over to Lowell General. I'll stand in front of Amy Hoey's office, the president of Lowell General.
Bob likes to
First
drop,
woman,
doesn't
hold
he?
on. Hey, hold on. First woman in 132 years to run that facility, and no nurse ever did it either. So she's the president now of that place. So I stood outside her office, and one of the people that worked for her come running up to me saying, hey, what do you want here? I says, I just want to talk to Amy if I can. Who are you? I said, I'm Bob Hoey, right? So, yeah, go ahead, have a seat, have a cup of coffee. I sat there, and Amy opened the door, and she seen me, and the first thing was she come down and hugged me, obviously, because I survived a pretty bad heart attack. So, hey, kudos to your staff. Do me a favor. Tell everybody that in the emergency room on the 25th of July, tell them, thank you. Appreciate you saving my life.
Yeah.
Lowell General saved my life.
Yeah.
Tufts did all the major work afterwards, but I wouldn't have made it to Lowell General without, hey, I got to say it, Paul Bubba Germain. I wouldn't have made it. Thank God I had him in my vicinity.
Sure.
You know where that place was, right?
Yeah.
It was in a cemetery,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm a real lucky dude. Luckier than you could ever imagine, Tom.
Oh, no, I can imagine.
It's just, I'll tell you something, the heart attack, I don't ever really remember feeling any pain.
Is that
At
why
all.
you woke up, you felt pretty good?
I felt great. I never
Wow.
had like this big pain in the
Oh, no,
chest
right,
or something
right.
like that.
Oh, shortness of breath?
But
Yeah.
the funniest part of it is when everything's over and they take the tubes out of your pelvic area and tubes out of your throat. It's the after effect what those tubes have done to me.
Yeah.
Nerve damage.
Yeah.
And which is pretty bad because it's your legs. And let me say this, everybody knows this. A man, I'm going to speak for a man, that doesn't have legs doesn't have much going for himself.
Yeah.
Really, it's so you got to lose
You're
weight.
still staying pretty active, meaning moving around and
Yeah,
everything.
I got a drop
gotta
foot
keep
on my right foot, but I'm going to tell you, you wouldn't believe how many times I've almost fell over.
Yeah.
And falls will definitely
You'll
get
still
you.
be able to drive when you have this cast?
Yeah,
Not cast.
yeah, I'll be fine.
brace, yeah.
I got Uber.
Bobby, read these? No,
Yeah.
Tommy, read these.
Swamp Scum, I hadn't heard that one. I love it. I did hear Slummerville a long time ago, but we all got good ones. I hope the DJ is enjoying the good life down in Puerto Rico. Good, Mark Kratman, good morning, everyone. Great show today. Mark, I'll see you at 1 o'clock today for our meeting.
And Cisco is down in Puerto Rico with his keyboard.
Oh, boy, I got a job by joining the United States Air Force for 4 years and staying out of trouble. I have to agree with John that politics is about jobs. That is why we need term limits. It's 80 degrees this morning. Was he coming back tomorrow?
gotta
It's
go
going to be
back.
40 tomorrow.
Cisco, please enjoy yourself. I love when you call in here.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's a great addition to our team, huh, Bob?
Yeah, I've seen a side of him that I can't wait to have him on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get you some laughs for sure. But we did all right again. Lowell did okay. The school's definitely going to improve with Danielle McFadden there. She's not. I believe she will not be a micromanager.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so
I don't
either.
think so.
So we lost one micromanager, which is good.
Now, what about the rest of the board? Are they micromanagers, meaning Dominic and Del Rossi and...
Dominic? Definitely not.
Yeah.
I was impressed with Dominic as he was up at the podium when Danny wasn't there. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, running the meeting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when he talked
And
about,
so did Rethy M run a good
Yeah,
meeting when
yeah.
Danny wasn't there, because he was the vice chair.
but Dominic to me was the best I ever heard him
Yeah,
because he's always been a little gun shy,
sure,
you
sure.
know, talking and not pronouncing words the way.
Yeah.
And I said, Dominic, I still don't pronounce words. You know, it's.
So do you think, I know you don't read the paper, I don't know if you read the column over the weekend, but they talked about the mayor's race.
Oh
And
yeah.
they're saying that they don't think there's a way that Corey Robinson could vote for Vesna because he was one of the 5 councils that signed the letter to have him resign. Do you think he'll forget that, or do you think he'll keep that?
No,
As Ned Tarmey used to say, Irish Alzheimer's, they don't forget, you know?
and I'm going to say this to you because week after week, we usually, both of us, support Danny.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now I'm hearing, be careful, because there's going to be some surprises, whatever that means.
All right.
What
Yeah.
surprises?
It might not be Danny. Okay, it might not be Danny. That's simple.
All right.
But
So he's losing votes.
he wouldn't lose
No, he
my...
hasn't mentioned names.
Listen, even though the people that say that to me, I love, Danny wouldn't lose my vote. Only
No, I mean, he's losing votes on the council for mayor.
Only
That's-
after 2 years I watched him.
Yeah.
Come on.
Tommy, read this one.
We were all praying also, never underestimate the power of prayer. That was directed at you, Bob.
Oh, yeah, you can't believe the prayers that I received.
So you're saying some people are double-crossing Danny, I think? Because they're saying he has 5. He needs one more. So if one of those
Yeah.
5 is going to double-cross him?
Listen, it doesn't take long for some negative talk to come out about a person.
Hell yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
take long.
Yeah.
And a little bit can be surprising, that's all. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying we could be surprised about the mayor race. Now, you would think it's Vesna's turn, right?
Well, that's what George Anthes would say.
That's
He
what
always
George
said, Georgie always said it. I remember George. It's Rodney's turn. It's this one's turn. He's right. It would be Vesna's turn, but there's no such thing as turn in politics, Bobby, as you know. Yeah.
It's funny you just mentioned something else, George Anthes. I'm gonna go home from here and I'll post something on Facebook, me holding a George Anthes sign.
Wow, that's back.
Yeah, I got one. I still got one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
What a good guy he was.
Yeah.
Oh, I had so much fun with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best.
George knew the talk circuit racket.
Yeah, just was a good guy.
Oh, he would see, and he didn't care what he said. You know, he would talk when people would be on here.
Based in facts.
Yeah. Oh.
His wife has been super to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now she'd moved out of the city, or she's still in the
She
city?
lives in Connecticut with her daughter.
Because I know she.
Pamela.
I know they had family in Connecticut.
And
yeah.
they both work for Sports Network, ESPN. They both
Wow.
work for ESPN.
I remember sitting in Foxwoods. It had to be about 10 years ago. George was still alive, and we were in one of the restaurants. Who I looked sitting down, it's him and Bev having dinner in one of the restaurants in Foxwoods.
Yeah.
I had a nice chat with him. Wanted to buy him a drink. He didn't want one.
They loved their gambling.
Yeah.
Well, he and son would go down there too.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Yeah. And George loved. He did go to the Kentucky Derby, right?
Yes, he did.
George loved the Kentucky Derby. Yeah. So.
Yeah, George. It's
Any of the councils there yesterday, Bob? At the.
Oh, yeah.
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 Sakari Chow, I run into him. He came
Let
over.
me get Facebook up, because there were pictures on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Sakari Chow came over to visit and say hi. I don't think there was any more, though.
Mm.
Like I said, Danielle McFadden, she was there doing the ribbon cutting.
Well, the mayor was there, right?
No, but what's the job that Danielle has?
President of Chamber of Commerce.
Right, so she's the one lining up the ribbon cutting and coming in with the big pair of scissors, you know.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Sure.
Had at least 100 people there.
And the mayor was there, right?
I didn't catch the mayor.
Oh, I figured he'd be part of that. Okay.
I didn't see him during my time
Yeah.
there.
Bob,
Yeah.
did you leave the door open for your sister?
I think I did. Want me to go check?
No, it's okay. She was here.
I left it, stupid.
She was here before, wasn't she?
Yeah, he was, not her.
No, she was.
Oh, she doesn't know? Okay.
He's been here before.
And they should be together. But you know why I left the door unlocked?
She just texted me, traffic's wicked bad on 93.
Okay. That's cool.
Go ahead.
She don't need the whole hour anyways, but what they're doing, Project Compass, for me anyways, personally, it's not connected to me. It was no way it was my idea, but I always felt bad about women. I had 7 sisters. I'm down to 5 of them, but I'm the oldest of that group, and I had 6 boys. There were 7 girls, and I'm the oldest, and I looked at my
13 kids?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
But two different marriages.
Yeah, right.
But
You have 5 brothers, you said?
no, there was 5 brothers. Yeah. One of them is in charge of.
Tommy, read this one. See what Bobby has to say.
Hoey never would have had a job if it was for nepotism.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
He admits it.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. I had many a jobs though. I always a hard worker, mostly roofing, putting on shingles, things like that, just to feed my family. So I was brought up to work.
Yeah.
That's it, work. And just like when I haven't worked for John for a few months, about 4 months now.
Whenever you're ready, Bobby.
Yeah, no, I know I always would have a job, but until I'm 100%, I wouldn't want to ever risk losing my step and falling down. It's just something.
Life's too short, Bobby.
My
Take it
wife
easy.
doesn't even want me to work.
Take it easy.
I don't want you to work.
If
Listen.
If you can make ends meet, don't worry about it. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
our attitude is.
Even though we're not that old, I'm only 71,
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you a story about nepotism. The town manager's, not the town manager's secretary, the Board of Selectmen's secretary is my very best friend in life, Shannon Rowe. And she used to be my work wife. We always kidded about it. But Shannon started with the town about 25 years ago. Her uncle was Ray Rowe, a former selectman. Ray had been dead like 15 years. And it was his niece. And Ray Rose's niece is getting the job. I said, Ray Rose's been dead 15 years. Unless he had some divine intervention, she got the job on her own, So I just love these stories. That I always tell her that story. But she's a sweetheart, Shannon. And I know all the selectmen will tell you that, too. She's a good girl.
Yeah, when I first got into politics of the city, my dad, he wasn't into politics. He was just into knowing people. He knew everybody. He knew a lot of people, even though he passed away young age, 63. All I remember is meeting people like Joe Tully, Jim Campbell,
Joe, I worked in his campaign.
Eddie Alasha.
Yeah.
And then came my buddy. You know that guy. The redheaded Hoeys have done fine.
Yeah.
Listen, Pangy.
Yep.
Pangy, to me, is the best. Still, there hasn't been no one that can top him in my eyes. What he's done and what he continues to do.
I think him and Tully are tied for the best state senators we've had.
Yeah,
Tully was a good state senator, but a good job getter, but he also produced for the area.
Yeah, but city manager, I don't think you could touch him, to be honest with you.
No.
And I like Bill Topia. I was a Topia fan.
Yeah.
Go to Cobblestones, and some of the stories I could tell you, you laugh your head off.
Yeah.
Trying to talk me into a certain motion or things like that.
Yeah.
Try to listen, Bob. Can you imagine how many people we're going to have to watch if we open up contracts on TV? He says, we can't do it. We got to raise it $50,000. We'll be here all day. Why don't we raise it to $500,000?
Right.
I never seen one thing ever opened live on TV.
Sure.
So all your emotions, they don't. Sometimes they don't do what they're supposed to do, and that's why nowadays it's a little different. They catch you on it. But there's a lot of things I want to do. I want to make sure we're almost at this coming up.
Break time. Yeah.
Break time.
We have another full hour. We'll be talking about nonprofits, so that's good.
Yeah. So,
I wonder if I'll have to ask Mr. Aldrich. I know he asked me to reach out to the majors at the Salvation Army to get together with them. They're right next to each other almost. So I'm sure they're working together, so.
All that good stuff said, we're going to go to break land.
All right.
We'll be back at 32 degrees outside with a little bit of wind. So drive little Bobby to school today, will you? Thanks.
The mics are still alive, right?
All that good stuff said, we're going to go to break land.
All right.
We're back at 32 degrees outside with a little bit of wind. So drive little Bobby to school today, will you? Thanks.
The mics are still alive, right?
Facebook's still going.
I'll tell you the story later.
I loved talking about nepotism.
I got a good one for you. When the show ends, I got a good one for you.
Listen, we're on Facebook Live.
That's right, I'm not saying it.
Yeah, so we gotta watch out.
Yeah, after the show.
But nepotism was a beautiful thing for a lot of years. How many times did you get Good morning. Welcome to City Life. I'm Bob Hoey, the host today. I got my beautiful sister sitting next to me, Ronnie Hoey. She's part of the Project Compass, which we'll get to in a minute. Tom Bomil's next to her. Can't see him right now on the TV.
Oh,
And
good
we should
thinking, Bob. I gotta
we
move the
should
camera.
push our chairs closer together.
No,
No,
it's
she-
okay. I
okay,
can
okay.
fix it.
Then we
me and
have
Bobby.
John McDonough behind the camera. We just had a ribbon cutting for Project Compass yesterday, and before I pass that over to Ronnie to talk about that whole day, I think it's important. I just want you to know that your brother feels this way. For years, I used to look, because I had 7 sisters, of course, and you were one of them. I used to look and say, you know, if they ever hit a car or accidentally drinking and driving, have to go to jail, they're going to go to Framingham. There was no places for women, none. And there still isn't enough places for women. But what you've started, you have a place on Nesmith Street next to Mahoney's funeral.
Yep.
You got a place in North Chelmsford out of Middlesex Street, which houses 18 to 24-year-old
Right.
girls. So I'm going to just pass the mic to you, and I want you to talk about Project Compass and the day yesterday and try to talk about everything you want to do.
All right, well, thanks, Bob. I really appreciate it. I'm truly honored to be here, so thank you all. Yeah, Project Compass, we're just starting to sort of come to the forefront in the public eyes. Many didn't know about us for many years. So we're 5 years old. We started, as Bob said, we started in North Chelmsford. My partner Dave Aldrich and I decided to create a program to assist homeless young women. That came about actually after sitting in a meeting in the city of Lowell for homeless youth, and it dawned on me that I was 24 with 2 kids and I was couch surfing. You know, a lot of that, my family didn't really understand what I was going through back then, but so it hit home, and Dave and I collectively put our thoughts together and decided that that's where we wanted to put our time and energy. So we started Project Compass, and we bought a house within a month after getting our 501c3. 4 months later, after renovating, we brought a family in that we assisted for about 11 months. And then we started bringing in single young adults. Most of them, and this was right during COVID, most of them found themselves couch surfing as well. And all of a sudden with COVID, they were on the streets, they were homeless. So in just under 5 years, we have assisted 150 young women. The home next to John's place on Nesmith Street, that came about simply because we had a young adult who came to us living in our car for 4 months, and she had been pregnant. We got to know her very well, and with her assistance from other organizations, her only option was to go into a shelter. And we got to know her and thinking, if that was our daughter, that would never be an option. So we proceeded and we purchased that second home, and so now we have a house for moms and new babies. We also have a senior resident who is housing insecure, waiting to get into senior housing. She's our house mom. And over on Nesmith, we have 3 college students on the 3rd floor. So things are going really well.
Now, how about the place on Appleton Street where you had the ribbon cutting yesterday?
Yeah, so over the years, we realized that there's so much more that needs to get done in the community, of course. And we found that, I would say just our neighbors alone needed assistance with food and baby essentials and personal hygiene and so forth. And this is stuff that other organizations were doing, but, the need just continues to increase. So we stepped in and we basically, what we call is adopted about 100 individuals and families outside of our residence, just assisting them every single month. And so with that, we decided it was time to expand. And we purchased the old Life Connection building, and there was a lot of, folks trying to persuade us not to move into that area. But Dave and I spent a lot of time there walking the streets. We attend meetings every week, and we knew that's exactly where we had to go. We're trying to bring in a different type of an organization. It's going to be more of a center where other organizations can come in, meet their clients, create a truly holistic approach in trying to meet the needs of the community. So yesterday's ribbon cutting was incredible. I think in total, oh gosh, Bob, there were well
Had to
over
be 100 at least.
yeah, well over 100 people. We had about 85 confirmed attendees, and then, everyone else who just showed up. It was incredible. And so the amount of support that we received was beyond what we expected. So a typical day down at the center is going to be a client comes into our space. They meet with Karina, who will be welcoming everyone at the front desk. She will do a quick intake, find out what the needs are. If it's just general food pantry or food supplies or clothing, baby essentials, that's easy. We take care of that. But a lot of the folks that do come in, they need so much more. They need mental health support. They need housing support. They need vital docs and so forth. So we're able to refer those to our partner agencies and, just again, come together as just a unit right there. The space is open to our partners. There's meeting space, boardrooms, there's private offices. As you had seen yesterday when you toured, it is a very welcoming and homey environment where everyone that comes in feels safe.
You had a lot of good food there too. Yesterday
McDonough wasn't there?
I was impressed. I was about to call him, but I said, no, I'll let it go.
You're down there on Appleton Street. I was on the advisory board for the Salvation Army for about 20 years. You guys intermingling with each other, because they do a lot of work down there too on Appleton Street. I know with dinners and everything. I think they have a community lunch twice a week and other events. Have you got involved with? Are you guys involved together with things down there? Or I know David reached out to me to get in touch with the majors to get in touch with him. I don't know if that ever happened.
Right. We did go down and introduced ourselves to our neighbors. With that, we brought, a bunch of eggs that we weren't using at the time, and they had their pantry going. We're going to try to, support each other and offset what they are doing. So we're not going to duplicate. It's not about duplicating efforts.
No.
Yeah, I think it's a
It's
great
all one
organization.
thing. You're all trying to help people. That's all it is.
Excuse me, I'm the host here.
Whoa.
Hey, there was something else that Dave usually says that you might have missed. How many children, I think it's a couple of hundred, maybe 600, people brought out to the farm to work around horses and cleaning out the stalls and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's an extension of what we do as well. So we've had over 850, actually, students. Through, generally, it's middle school through high school. A lot of them come to us through Aaron's Presence and other nonprofits, but they go up there marking the stalls, feeding the horses, chasing after the alpacas, pigs. It's just a beautiful environment. So it gives them the ability to actually have a hands-on experience. They go in with the animals. They don't have to visit from afar. And, then we take them on a mule ride, which is amazing. It's like a four-wheeler, and we bring them around the property, around the ponds and so forth. It's a pretty cool experience, and that's open to everybody.
Now, do me a favor and talk about the WISH project.
The WISH project?
Yeah.
Oh man, so
I knew you'd have something to say about them. I think it's a great organization.
So not only are they our neighbors in North Chelmsford, but they've become our friends. So we are going to be supporting each other's missions. We are going to bring the WISH project into our center as well, so they can service some of their clients who are not able to get out there to pick up their items. I think by far they are such a top-notch organization. We are a huge referral source for them. So anything that we can't provide, we automatically refer to the WISH, but at the same time, a lot of folks in the city reach out to us for those direct referrals to the WISH project. Mm-hmm. So it's again, even though our missions are so different, we have the same end result. It's about, assisting those in need.
So can someone just go down and do a tour of your building?
Of
Say
course.
John McDonough wanted to go down and see your building.
Yesterday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yesterday. So, what are we looking at here, Ronnie? I know a lot of balloons, but this is your colleague, David's over here.
Yeah. So actually, John, it really would be great to come down and tour. So the building, I don't know if you had ever been in there before, but it needed major.
I was afraid to go over there.
Okay, don't be. I promise you, don't be afraid.
Yeah, it's
anymore.
awesome. It's
Look at it
awesome.
now, it's beautiful. I mean,
Don't
you
be
had
afraid.
quite the
So-
crowd yesterday.
Yeah, what you're seeing there, we received a citation from Vanna Howard, who that is her district. Of course, Rodney Elliott, who not only sits on our board. He also gave us a citation, and then the mayor of the city. But what you're seeing there, some of our former residents and some of our current residents. So all these young women, they're just truly incredible, and our staff and some board members. Yeah.
Next to
It
Rodney,
was-
that's Tara Hung, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, my eyes go directly to the young women. So their stories need to be heard. They're actually going to, I believe, sit with Danielle McFadden and have a podcast with her. These young girls are in the midst of creating a youth organization group where they can lift each other and get out into the public and, make a difference. Yeah, it was a really good day. Sakari had, he was the mayor when we had our ribbon cutting over on Nesmith Street, and he made mention to that yesterday, so it was really nice to see his
Yeah.
presence there yesterday.
Oh, congratulations. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm really excited. The one message that I think needs to get out there is we have to collaborate. We have to come together. It's not a competition about who's going to get which client, and we have an obligation, I think, to help people in need. Just doesn't matter what walk of life we come from. We just need to assist.
Yeah, yesterday I was there for your ribbon cutting, and what I keep thinking about is look at what the property that you bought.
Mm-hmm.
Next to Hafner's. I
Yeah.
look up now, I see Project Compass sign there.
Yeah.
And it just makes me feel good personally.
Yeah.
But you're in probably the best area that you could possibly be in that needs the most assistance.
So many people in that area.
Yeah, mental
You
health,
just drive by it every
homeless,
day and-
alcoholism,
Yeah.
drugs. It goes the gamut. I mean, it's everything.
It is everything.
And you're right in the middle of it. That's where they used to have showers for people,
Right.
just off
Right.
the
That's right, I
street.
remember hearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't believe what the building looks like inside right now. What a job they did to that building.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dutch Properties, took ownership of doing all the work, and Brad and his team, they were just incredible. But I think everything that they touch, unfortunately and sadly, needed to be brought up to code. So, the expectations of renovations, we initially thought we were going to go in there and just repaint the walls and put up a couple pictures. But as you know, Bob, it took us a good 7 or 8 months to complete the renovations, even on the second floor, which used to be just basically storage. We popped in some windows, we added a bathroom, we have a little kitchenette, and that's now, home to the Project Compass offices, which is really good for us, because we were housed in North Chelmsford in a 2-bedroom apartment for so many years, and so we needed to expand.
Yeah.
And-
Look what I look at? Look at your 3 daughters
Yeah.
that were there yesterday.
It's-
You're a pretty lucky person.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, by the way, obviously. I think I horrified Danielle's partner there.
Oh,
I think
Sterling?
Yeah, I really did. But
Okay.
my concern was the prison guard in me yesterday.
Yeah.
The crowd was so big that I was looking at your doors.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that's the ribbon people behind there. The biggest part of that crowd was
still out
out
behind
there.
us.
You didn't
yeah.
get me, you didn't get
Oh,
the
we got
wife.
the DC women there. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, my staff.
There's the city manager,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's Tom and
Kathy.
Sakari, yeah.
Kathy.
Got the crew
By
there.
the way, she's awesome. Kathy's awesome.
My case manager there, with the baseball hat on. I wasn't a fan that you wore a New York baseball hat, but that's okay.
I was going to say that. You got to get her out of that picture.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is much
but-
better about showing the crowd. This
Yeah,
is
but
much
the
better.
amount of work that my senior residential case manager does is incredible with these young women and the commitment. So this was not planned. This
cool.
I liked it.
Yeah, this sign was not due to come in until the end of the week, and the
Wow.
truck showed up. I was like, okay, wait a minute. It was there's my
There's
brother.
Bobby.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah. But there was so much amazing support there yesterday.
Michelle.
Yeah. Michelle's been a huge part of our growth
That's
from
Bobby's
day
wife,
one.
Michelle.
Yeah, from day one, she's been there, doing a lot of the construction work and painting, and
You know,
she never disappoints.
where people
Got Jay
can,
Lenahan and Tom and my board members. Yeah, but what you're seeing in here too, like a lot of these individuals are from the local organizations. I meet with them every Tuesday. Dave and I attend the co-op meeting. It's held on Tuesday at the Elliott Church with Maura Fitzpatrick and the co-op team, and it's amazing. I think just being a part of that group every
yeah,
Tuesday
that was a good picture right
Yeah.
there. Sick, Tom always helps me. 6'2", Tom?
Sixto.
Sixto.
Yeah.
6'2".
And they can't get his last name. But it's
Really,
the
one of
The
the,
Jesus.
Cisco will say, no,
Ye-
Sixto, Dejeju. Dejeju, he says.
Dejeju's,
you
yeah.
just can't believe the staff, and
And there's our beautiful team. There's a lot of love in that picture.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it was a very, very special day. And, if you don't know, Dave, this is just the beginning. He's already like 6 steps ahead of us, thinking, okay, what are we going to do next? We can do so much more. Housing is always something that we're considering because there's such a need for it. But I think what we need to do is just kind of settle down a little bit and spend some time here at the center, make sure that, everything is flowing seamlessly, and we'll go from there.
listening to you, I was in the crowd, obviously, and I saying to myself near the end of your speech, and you were awesome, I saying, oh, please say something about your staff. Say something about your staff, because the help that you have down there, to me, they're amazing.
My staff is amazing. So, shout out to Dave, of course, and Kathy and Allison and Ray and Dee and our newest staff member is Karina, and she's okay with me sharing her story. So Karina is right there with the blue flowers standing behind me. She came to us at 18 years old. She was one of our residents. And, I'm not going to share details of her story because that's up to her, but she's an amazing young adult, and then when we opened this center, we knew exactly who would be perfect for that front desk job. You're going to see her right here now.
Oh, this girl,
Yeah, she's amazing. She's intelligent and truly, she's just incredible. So we found the perfect person for that.
You're 2 great people right there.
Yeah, Tao and Sixto. But it was Mona who is such a huge supporter of ours, and some of the individuals that are within those pictures, they're some of our new clients that come. We have this assumption that everyone in that area is homeless and they're dealing with drugs and mental health, but that's not the case. A lot of them are dealing with homelessness. A lot of them are dealing with food insecurity, but they're starting to show up every day just to volunteer their services and assistance.
Now,
and
getting to the
know us.
food, did you have someone come in and cater that?
Absolutely.
It was awesome.
Mike
word.
Riley, I'm not sure if you know
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
Riley
Yeah.
Catering.
Mike's the best.
Yeah.
He is the best, and I told him
He's involved with us down at the, I'm on the board of directors at the Bridge Club, and he's involved with us.
Yes,
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
Bridge Club,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's at the Greater Lowell
Yep.
Technical
Yeah,
School.
yeah.
He's offered to come in to do some culinary training for not only our residents, but the greater community. The space is going to be used. You'll be hearing a lot more detail in January for nighttime life skill training workshops, and whether it's nutritional, whether it's some yoga classes, financial literacy, cooking, sewing. We're building up a huge calendar.
Mm.
So if you have any skills that you would like to openly share with our clients and residents, you're all welcome to come on board.
Yeah, I think my wife, Michelle, she's gonna donate a day to you. I'm ready to go, maybe volunteer at Tufts Hospital on the weekends, see if they want some volunteer work.
In the city, in Boston?
Yeah.
Wow.
Only to talk to people about what I went through and what they're gonna go through, and
Yeah.
don't think it's over once it's all about what you eat. Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
That was a scary time, my friend.
Yeah, and then you have to do like 17 different pills in the daytime,
Yeah.
another 8 at night. But I'll tell you, just to see your grandchildren again, ooh wee,
Yeah.
it's a great feeling.
It's a new perspective for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't
right?
believe your daughters. They're just so beautiful and so grown.
Yeah.
You-
So I'm fortunate, Bob's mentioned my daughters a few times, but, it's amazing. I've raised a majority of their lives as a single mom, and, just the empathy and the compassion that they share as well. And, interesting, they're all nurses.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
One's going back to be higher than a nurse.
Yeah, she's thinking about it, yeah. But what's nice about that is I know that I have someone to care for me as I age. So they promise that they're going to take good care of me.
They
so
picked the
that's-
nursing home.
Yeah. There won't be any nursing home for this lady.
I think I'm going to be lucky in that department. My daughter's a nurse, and she takes good care of me right now,
Talking about that too, so I think education is so important. Bob, we weren't raised that way, right? I remember as a kid, I was paying rent at 11 years old, so I learned very young that I had to work and take care of myself, and at 18 get a job. So there was no going to school for me, but education is so important, and the value of it. It's priceless. So that's the one thing we also promote within our residents. But we have a Jumpstart Scholarship program. We just closed on our recent application process right now. So I think we have, this time I think we received 10 requests for support, but we give up to $2,500 to each applicant. And what that means, and it's open to the greater Lowell and Lawrence area, so you don't have to be a PK resident or client. There's no age limit. Our only request is that they have experienced some sort of hardship in life. So whether it's homelessness or financial concerns, anything like that brings them to us. And we have seen such a difference, not only in our residents that do that, but, we have a young student who's a CDL driver right now, and we were able to pay for that school and that training, an eyelash tech, a nail tech. A lot of our applicants, they do go to traditional 2- and 4-year colleges as well, but it's a program that's open up to the larger community, and I think it's necessary. And the funding, the money that they do receive, we work with the Greater Lowell Community Foundation for this scholarship program. They're able to either, put it towards their housing or purchase a laptop. It doesn't necessarily have to go directly to the school. So it's a great program, and I'd like to get, that out to.
Do you have anything to do with mental health if people need help in that department?
Project Compass, we do not. We don't have any clinical support. However, we work very, very close with not only VinFin as a referral agency, but other organizations where we're able to refer out.
And how about Thanksgiving? What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Anything?
So
That's my favorite holiday. I love Thanksgiving.
Kathy actually Kathy Moriarty heads up our food pantry and our community closet. She has, I believe, 10. Right now, she has 10 boxes, complete dinners, turkeys, all the fixings still available. I believe she has serviced probably close to 40 families already. So we have a bunch of pickups going on this week with Thanksgiving. So if you know somebody who actually still needs a meal or some assistance, we can certainly help out in that area.
We're going to have plenty of time on this show to let people know how they can help you and get in touch with you. But
Yeah.
just talk a little bit about Nan's, the restaurant.
Oh, man.
Just a little bit, but how you ended up hiring Kathy as your cook,
Yeah.
and the business went really well. You
It-
did good. It
yeah.
was in North Reading, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my background is I started as a clerk, became a secretary, then executive assistant. So I worked up the ladder, and then I got into program management. I worked for Bristol Myers Squibb and Johnson & Johnson, started at Maycom. And then I went to a small IT company. They were housed in New Jersey, and I was working from Massachusetts, and I got laid off for the first time in my life, and I was devastated. So I took that opportunity and think, okay, what am I going to do now? And I always wanted to be a waitress. I like to talk. I like to, even though I don't know how to make coffee, but I like to talk
You got
to
the gift
people.
of gab.
I do, especially one-on-one. In an environment like this, I get a little nervous, things sort of,
don't
go in my
worry
head a little
about
too much. But so I decided to buy a breakfast and lunch cafe in North Reading. It was called the Center Cafe. I quickly changed it to Nan's Cafe because my grandkids call me Nan. And I had a cook. He was related to the family somehow, but within just a couple months, I'm thinking it was a total flop. It was not working, and we found ourselves one day without him there, and I'm trying to cook. I called Dave in to help me, and Corey, Mickey's son, came to help us that day, and I had to shut down. So Kathy came to me through our brother Mike, actually. He, hey, I know someone who might be interested. And so I hired Kathy, and honestly, within, 30 days,
What a cook.
she flipped things. Yeah. So I brought this failing business, probably, oh my gosh, I'd say within a year and a half to success. Within 4 years, I was starting to get offers to purchase it, and I'm like, yes, take it. I didn't belong in the industry. I didn't have the experience.
You
but-
brought that restaurant to a
Yeah.
beautiful place.
Yeah, it was great. But again, I think it was done, it was done with a lot of love. It was done with heart. And I think I was successful because I had no idea what I was doing. And it works for me. Getting into the nonprofit, when I first started, I didn't even know what an intake was. I make referral to this story a lot. What is an intake? I was just opening my doors to let folks in, and then quickly realized that no, there's a process, and we need to get some information and make sure we know who we're bringing into the home. So that changed.
You know what I love about my sister the most is where we sit in our political life.
Yeah,
It's easy
play
for me to
nice.
say she's to the right. No, I'm sorry.
No, she's still
She's
up.
she's to my right now, but she's to the left a little bit. She's just a giving person, and I love this year because I felt in my heart I'm saying, oh yeah, she's for Belinda Geron, and I was for Danny Finn, and she stays neutral. She tries to stay out of the political
I
races.
saw Belinda in the video.
No, but yeah, Belinda was there. I even congratulated her on her victory. I said, great, because I've never seen an election like that in my life. And I've been around it over a quarter of a century anyways. It's been unbelievable.
So, Ronnie, where do you get your funding? Where does the money come from to run your organization? By the way, it's Project Compass with a K.
It's Project Compass with a K. Yeah, we chose it. We chose Compass because it's a path forward, right, for our young people. Our funding comes mostly from private foundations and grant support at this time. And we have a lot of smaller sponsors and funders that help make things happen. We do not take funding from the state or federal government. And hopefully we can continue. We don't want the barriers or the restrictions that those monies bring with them. So anyone who is willing to, dig deep and support and fund us, I think it would be great. We're trying to be creative in addressing the needs. For example, and most of us don't know this because we're fortunate to take some things for granted. Something as simple as milk, right? We have milk. We pour milk in our coffee. It's not a big deal, but that milk is a luxury for a lot of people. So we're trying to offer fresh milk to all of our clients that come into the program. if, their behavior isn't up to par, we will address their needs, but outside the building.
Right.
And again, I have a direct, 911 call to Garrett Casey
Yep.
in the co-op, and they're so quick to respond. We've made several calls already. So we are working very close with the co-op, with the local police. If you drive by now, especially at nighttime, you're not going to see the crowd hanging out there. We blocked off a side of the building at one point where they were, a lot of people were sleeping. There was a lot of needles left there. That's been fenced off. As a matter of fact, UTEC is taking on a project over there, and they're going to clean up that side space, and they're going to put some grass and build some planters for us, which is nice. Again, it's about bringing everyone together and collaborating, right, to make that community in that area.
And I remember, as I said, I was on the Salvation Army Advisory Board, and it was the same thing. They were having an issue with that, and they had to do some work around this, so people
Yeah.
weren't congregating. They were just always sleeping out there and everything,
Yeah.
and it's cut down tremendously. Now, I'm, like I said, I was involved with the Salvation Army, involved with the Bridge Club. You people have, like we have with the Salvation Army and the Bridge Club, yearly events, like fundraisers to support your project, like a breakfast or a dinner or anything like that?
Yeah, so we're building up the fundraising. I actually met with Deb from SMOC the other day, and she shared a lot of her, experiences with development and so forth. But unfortunately, Tom, you just missed our big fundraiser of the year. It's always a Halloween party. And
Oh,
this
I heard
year-
about it, yeah. I
we,
heard,
we
yeah.
had a mechanical bull.
He was
which,
there, wasn't he? Was the bull there? Was Mr.
No.
Ho- Oh, I thought he was there, Bob.
No, he
No.
was.
He talked about it. I think he talked about it.
He
yeah.
has been there every single year.
Yeah.
So October 24th of 2026 is our 5-year gala. We're going to have a masquerade. So it's going to be a night to remember. So I'm going to give you a personal invite, Tom, to join us
That's
this year.
next October?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if
planning-
I don't know if there's money in golf tournaments, Tom, but it seems like
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work. That's the
A
only
lot of
problem,
work.
Bobby. I've been involved with a couple of those fundraisers, and it's a lot of work. We
Yeah.
had done one with Bobby Cox, who runs the Bridge Club years ago,
Yeah.
and he benefited the Salvation Army. And it was just too much, a lot of work, and you really got to have somebody that knows what they're doing. Like when Mike McGuire was around the area, Mike was could do that. He ran with the Draker Charities. They have one every year, and it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And
You-
Bob said you guys have you have the gift of gab. I know your sister Charmaine, she has the gift of gab. Bob,
Well, you know, I had
know
s-
your sister, was it
John?
Melissa? You have a sister Melissa too, is it? Yep, you guys,
Yeah, well, I had at least 7 sisters that I can count.
You can-
But there might be 8, but I do know where.
Are you telling me something I don't know?
No, I had 2 sisters on the show so far,
Oh, okay.
Charmaine and you.
Yeah.
And people have to know where all my sisters get their looks from me.
Yeah, I
Being
tell
the
Charmaine
oldest.
that every time I see her.
No, but Michelle, my wife, Michelle Supranad was her maiden name. She loves Ronnie. And they have a clique. They get together, they vent the Punta Cana. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
You're saying it right, yep.
I always tell my wife, go with them anytime you have the opportunity. And I don't get a passport because I feel like I'm too, it's
We'll
just.
let you back in,
You
Bob.
probably wouldn't get one, Bob.
Yeah, no, I think this year I'm gonna grab one because I wanna do the train ride across Canada. That's what I
Cool.
wanna do.
Yeah, you should do that.
I wanna do that,
They say
so,
that's something, yeah.
yeah, so you need a passport.
You mentioned that, Bob, but so prior to starting Project Compass and coming back, I actually was settling down in Myrtle Beach. I got a small home down there, and Michelle, she would come down, 2 or 3 times, like every other weekend. You could fly right into Myrtle Beach round trip if I picked the tickets up down there for like $30 on
Wow.
Spirit Airlines. So
Wow.
it was cheaper than going out to dinner. So when I was there, I think I was seeing my friends more than here at home. Yeah, it was like just an escape. It was a really good time for sure. But I think I was just not quite ready to settle into retirement. So
Sure, but someday, yeah.
someday,
I've never been down, it's a nice area.
We had
Yeah.
Dave on the show already,
Yeah,
and just to have you alone today has been unbelievable. I think the most important thing right now, you got about 15 minutes left here, is to tell people what your goals are. You can do that quickly.
Yep.
And how they can help you out.
Yeah, so I think our goals is a team is trying to assist as many folks as we can. I think the most important thing is to work with them, especially our young residents, and get them off public assistance to make them truly independent. Ultimately, that's our end result, right? But at the new center, our goal is truly to create a center where everybody comes together and we can address the needs of the community. We can make a difference. We do need assistance. We need volunteers. We need clothing. We need hats, mittens, gloves. We need all of that kind of stuff.
How about cash?
Oh, of course, we love cash.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Facebook right now is our go-to for social media, Facebook and Instagram. We are working on updating our website once again, especially with the update with the community center and what that means. It'll be interactive in which you can go and put requests in right through the website. We're not quite there. We're hoping to roll that out in January. So we're a little bit behind there. As you know, Bob, we wear multiple hats. So, Dave is not only the chairman of our board and founder, but he's also he's taken on the role of the director of the community center. I'm still, trying to develop relationships and get the support, financial support from the community and foundations, but I'm also very active with the residential support. And until we get to a point where we have enough funding to expand our staff, we need people to help out. We need the volunteers to come in and, do some data entry for us, get some newsletters put together, help us with social media and so forth.
That's why I always wanted you to hook up with young Jew Charles, someone that I love the person. She's, to me, awesome.
Yeah, she's a big supporter of ours.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And, well, when you connect with people like her, only good things are going to happen.
Yeah, I
anyways,
agree.
So.
I
And if
agree.
anybody does want to make a monetary donation, is it made out to Project Compass, or do you have a certain?
Yep,
Yeah.
directly to Project Compass.
okay.
So,
You
whether
might have
With a K,
somebody
with
may
a
be watching
K.
this right now and say, "I'll send him a check." You never know.
Yep,
So, yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
192 Appleton Street, Lowell, 01852. I know, Bob, that our beliefs differ, quite a bit.
That's what I love about politics.
Yeah, I don't describe myself as a truly a political person. I don't really understand a lot of the policy. I just go with what feels good and what I believe in. And I am, like Nana Hoey and like Dad, I can remember some of the stories that people used to tell us after we lost them both about, Nana, helping total strangers downtown Lowell. She would fall a lot as she aged, and then she would get their address and send cards and do nice things. And then, Dad had his quirks, but he would stop in the middle of the street and help someone cross the road. And I remember that as a young kid hearing those stories, and I think I just took to that as well.
How many grandchildren you have now?
I have 6 grandkids.
That's what it's all about. The grandchildren.
Yeah.
I have 3, and it's just a joy.
It's amazing. So my oldest is 18. She is the one that made all those cookies yesterday for the event, and every single cookie went. So, shout out to Ava. She did such a great job.
The next time you come to the show, have some cookies or something sweet, and John takes better care of you.
Oh, he
Yeah.
does?
Oh, yeah.
If I had known that, I would have grabbed it for you.
John, what's your favorite line about grandchildren?
It's a reward for not killing your children.
It is. I like that, John. That is so true.
Oh yeah, we have
Well-
people bringing in goodies here all the time. When Karen Casella comes in, we have goodies from, and John will never refuse goodies.
All right, so that's
Yeah.
good to know. My brother didn't, give that information to me in advance.
What I like is looking at our family. I keep thinking about the Portuguese part of people, how we brought that into our bloodline, let's say. Oh, and they're so beautiful. Irish, Portuguese, and we lived in that neighborhood. We came
Yeah.
from that neighborhood, so in St. Anthony's Parish. It's just
It was a great neighborhood.
Oh, it really
Yeah.
is. It really
And
is.
it still is, in a way.
Yeah.
You know, still, you have still a lot of the old-time Portuguese people that live up there. I mean, Sean McDonough talked about him campaigning up there, and he said how he was talking Portuguese to some of these people who were from the old country. You know, it's great to hear
Yeah.
that. You know, so.
My other sister,
Yeah.
Kelly, works at John Dark Bank. You know, she has some beautiful daughters herself, you know. We've been very lucky,
Yeah.
very lucky, you know.
Well, we have, especially me, I have a very diverse family. So proud, you know, my grandchildren, some of my grandchildren, their dad is from the Dominican Republic. My other grandchildren are their dad's Black American, and I'll tell you the diversity that is brought into my own family. But with that comes you know, sometimes social concerns and issues, and so, you know, we've come together. It's been a beautiful thing and a beautiful experience, but I'm just so proud of.
It's absolutely great when
Yeah.
you hear stories like that.
How
Yeah.
about,
You know, in
how
this
about
day and
just,
age, you
how
know.
Yeah.
about saying a little bit about the freshman at the Greater Lowell Technical High School?
Oh, man, so.
He's playing football for that team.
My grandson Cameron, so at 14, and you know, a lot of kids wouldn't want to hear this, but he's actually such a sweet young man and a powerful football player. He was just told if he was only 10 pounds heavier, he'd be on the varsity team. He plays both offense and defense. He's just
Does he
truly
work at Market
amazing.
Basket also?
He works at Market Basket. He's
I
already
love that.
he's opened an account at Fidelity. Saves all his money. He's just a very smart, sweet young man. I'm so proud of. I'm just so proud of him.
Josh Taylor's son plays football, Bobby, I think.
I just, you know, I mean, this is my sister, and I'm trying to think, you know, where did she ever get these brains? Because I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
You're pretty. You're really a sharp person. Let me tell you that. It's not just your gift of gab; it's how you treat people.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Bob, a lot of stuff, because we there's so many years between us when we were younger. Not so much now; it doesn't matter. But you know, in high school, I went to high school without any friends. I didn't really connect. I was friendly with everyone, but I didn't belong in a group because I had my brother Mike, who wouldn't allow me to hang out with his gang, right? Because he thought his friends would like his sister, so that was not allowed. You know, and I was working at 11 years old, babysitting the Johnsons full time, and our younger sister was special needs, and you know, I shared a room with her. I fed her, I dressed her, so my time was always put into caring for people. But you know, I was bullied a lot in high school. I was teased a lot. I was called out a lot, and I think just as I grew older, I kind of fought through that. And once I had daughters, I was determined
I got to interrupt.
to make them stand up
Because-
for themselves.
Casella, Coach Casella, told me you were the best baseball player that ever come out of Shed Park.
I was the first girl too.
That's what he
Little
told
league,
me.
yeah.
That's what-
12
But then
years old.
someone questioned me
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
you might not be, but Coach Casella, and he's
Well-
related to my favorite politician, Karen Casella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, did she change the way we do things. It's not so much nepotism anymore with people like her. She's picking people that have the talent.
Yeah, she's good people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of the best.
Yeah.
The young
And she got the
lady,
job. She deserved the job because she did the job. No on-a-job
She knew it,
training.
right.
I mean, I don't know what the other people were thinking running against her, because she's actually one of those people that's qualified for a job. That, you know, when these politicians, when they run for jobs, she's great. And and nobody had a bigger supporter than Bobby with her. Bobby,
Yeah.
right? You did a lot for her.
Well, you can always tell the folks that Bob supports. I think he's got a little man crush right now on one of our. I'm not gonna
City
say
councilor.
I'm not gonna say
Without
the
a
name.
doubt.
Eric
Eric
Kitchier.
Kitchier. Yeah.
without a doubt, and
Yeah.
that's because of baseball, too. He's so big part of trying to bring baseball back to Lowell,
Yeah.
and he's succeeding.
Tell me you want to read this one.
Project Compass receives so much support because it not only has a proven record of helping our community members, but also is led by competent leaders.
That's a
That's
pretty good statement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tribute
And-
to you, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yesterday, I'm telling you, if you do that, have it, catered, having young ladies walking around with plates of beautiful food. Oh, I was blown away by that part, because I said, oh, boy.
You got to get
Thank
McDonough
you.
on that invitation list next time. There's food
Yeah.
involved. You know?
I will. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to come over
You know-
here with a snack bag.
No, we're good, we're good.
No, you know when you have a ribbon cutting, like in front of a store, Don, you've seen them.
Yeah.
This was inside, obviously, it was windy
cold
and
yesterday,
cold.
too.
Yeah, it was
Ooh.
cold.
Yeah.
But to see how many people responded and came to that,
That was
it was really a good time.
Yeah, and that sends a message in and of itself, right? A, they believe in what we're doing, and B, it's needed. It's needed. We do, with the Salvation Army, Tom, right down the street, and with our friends at the shelter, and even at the Elliott Church, you know, what you don't see behind the scenes, the work and the compassion and the love and the care that these folks are pouring into what they're doing, you know, it's not always received that way. And I promise you, it's going to get better. I'm determined to make a huge difference in that area. I have the support of Dave, I have the support of our board, I have the support of our team, and we're going to make it happen. Is it going to be perfect? No, because there's no such thing, right? But we are going to make a difference. Embark on this new journey, and we are 100% committed to making a difference over in that area.
You know, I used the Wish Project myself several times. It's so easy to drop clothes off at that place. Just go up to the ramp, drop your clothes, and
Yeah.
off you go. But you don't want that happening at your place.
No,
Not to drop clothes off there.
No.
So they can go to the Wish Project out on Middlesex Street
Yep.
and drop the clothes off there, because you work with the Wish Project, correct?
absolutely, absolutely.
So
We work with so many different organizations, some that you haven't heard of. A small organization called Connor's Kindness. When you walked into the center yesterday, there was shelves with boxes from Connor's Kindness. This was an 11-year-old boy. I met his grandma through my nonprofit training. Right before COVID, she and I were in school together through Zoom sessions, and we connected. I loved the mission. He was 11 years old, and all he wanted to do was to acknowledge first-line responders. So he put care packages together, which then turned into care packages for children in the hospital, you know, especially during COVID. And this young boy, I know I'm not going to get their numbers right.
okay.
I want to say, I don't know, they've given maybe 150, I want to say maybe 100,000. I'm probably over-exaggerating
In
numbers
that
of
vicinity,
care kids.
probably in the ballpark.
You know-
It is,
Yeah.
but they're in Woburn, they come here, they have a kindness program that PK has sponsored at the Shaughnessy School. So for the past few years, we sponsor a kindness program where Connor's Kindness goes in. Every single student at the school signs a little kindness agreement, and they promise to do, 10 random acts of kindness. So it's pretty, pretty amazing. I think even with us, I want to get into the schools. I want to get in with the younger kids, right? Because I think if we can start, like in Aaron's presence, if we can start with younger students to find a way to be kind, to be gentle, to do something nice for an animal, the community, or a person, it'll make a difference when they get a little bit older.
You know, I have one more thing to say, but I'll pass it over to John right now. John?
It's time to wish my good friend, Mike Sawyer, a happy birthday.
Okay,
Mike,
Mike.
Cadillac of a guy.
Who's
Oh,
Mike?
happy
John.
birthday.
One of my best friends,
He's a
a
great guy.
Belvederian, nice guy. You might see him walking down Andover Street.
Oh, okay.
He's like 6'10". Huge.
Wow.
I must
Yeah.
know him by sight somewhere.
Huge guy. So happy birthday, my friend Mike Sawyer, Cadillac of a guy. Tomorrow, City Life. We got Linda Bound's going to be the host. The mayor's going to be here. Danny Rourke. Hillary Winterstrom. She's coming. And Marty Laurie. He's the co-host.
And make sure you ask the mayor if he has the votes.
You know, getting back to Project Compass, the two properties you have, one on Nesmith Street, one out Middlesex Street, you're doing something totally different in those houses than you are downtown on Appleton
Yeah.
Street. I just want people to know that, because you started wanting to take care of 18 to 24-year-olds.
Right.
Females that need help, get
Yeah.
them off the streets. And how many of those have you helped go through the process, maybe got a job and they're all doing beautiful. Because I met one yesterday at your place and I was
Yeah.
impressed.
Several of our girls were there yesterday. So, and again, you know, people, I don't identify, I just want you all to know, I don't identify as a shelter or a group home. We are a family home. We are an extended family home. Everyone has access to come and go. They have a lock. They do have a curfew. They get one night out a week, assuming that they're working or in school or saving their money. So there are expectations. And they can stay with us up to 18 months, some beyond that.
So
We have-
you teach finance?
We do financial literacy
Oh.
through John Dark Credit Union.
Beautiful.
We're going to start our next session in January down at the center.
Well,
Yeah.
Ronnie, like I'll say about Bobby Cox, you guys are saving lives down there.
Yes, absolutely.
You're saving lives.
Absolutely. And Bob, I am a huge supporter of Bob Cox. I've known him for a long, long time.
He's saving lives.
Yeah, the work he's doing is just amazing
'Cause you can-
and necessary.
You can criticize, stand back, but when the rubber hits the road, you're saving lives down
Yeah.
there. And a lot of other not-for-profits are just standing there trying to, I want to help, send more people to me, and they're not going to get helped.
Right.
You got about a couple of minutes left, Ron, before the show's over. Send out anything you want to send out.
Honestly, I just want to say how grateful I am for the support that we're receiving and have received. I welcome everybody to come down to the center just to do a quick walkthrough, because sometimes, you know, sight unseen, you don't really understand. But I think if you come into our space, you will leave with a different understanding of who and what we are and what our intentions and motives are. So I welcome everybody to come by. I am there Monday through Friday, generally get there about 9. I do bring my dogs in at least one day a week, so, you know, you might hear some barking in the background. But I would love to, you know, invite you to volunteer some time. Just spend a few minutes with us. Get to know our residents, if you're interested, and get to know our new clients.
And I'd love to have you come back because I think Dave will be a little jealous. He's been on the show and you rocked it today. You did a great job.
Thank you.
I'd like to get Charmaine back with the two of them. They could tell stories about you to us, you know, Charmaine and Ronnie, you know.
Charmaine's all set. She's out there selling hearing
Yes,
aids
she does.
to people that can hear.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay? That's how beautiful she is.
She helped my wife big
But
time.
What? What?
Yeah.
yeah. But most of my all of my sisters are very talented, one way or another, and they kind of. My brother Mike, that she mentioned a few times, he's in charge of keeping the pool clean at the YMCA and the building itself, maintenance. Great kid, great guy. Bye. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're done. Okay, have a good night.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.